Hello guys, welcome to oddsmarket.com. Natalie Rydstrom here. It's that time of week. Martin Green is with us. We're looking at the best value bets headed into the Bundesliga weekend. Now, I'm going to make one bet outside of the well, I suppose it's got something to do with the Bundesliga, Martin. I am going to make a bet that you are going to bet on Leipzig to win on their turf against Schalke. Is my money in safe hands?
Your money is in very, very, very safe.
Cool.
I can't stop tipping them. I was tipping them at the start of the season when nobody really knew much about them, and they just haven't let me down at all so far. They've won 9, drawn 3, unbeaten, top of the league, and they keep winning despite playing really good sides. They have got a very, very difficult match this weekend. They're playing Schalke, who are the other form side of the league. But I mean, Leipzig have won 7 in a row. And they've been beating some really good sides. Schalke earlier in the season showed their defensive frailties, and they're still, I think, only up to 8th in the table and a good maybe 13 points behind Leipzig. So I would think there's still a lot of value in Leipzig, and the odds every week, the odds are really good for a team that's topping the table and playing at home. To see odds of 2.05 on a Leipzig win just looks too good to ignore for me.
Yeah, totally agree with you. Listen, Schalke are a tough side, but they are going to Leipzig. Leipzig 3 points clear of the Bundesliga, normal Bundesliga sort of champions there, Bayern Munich. I think full of confidence on their turf. Schalke, unfortunately, what's letting them down this season is their away form. Just one win. They've only scored 3 goals. I think it's across 7 matches. 6 matches, 3 goals across 6 matches, barely half a goal a game kind of thing. I think it's money in your pocket again, and keep backing them until they give you reason otherwise. Another match I'm looking at is Dortmund versus Gladbach, the 2 Borussias there. Dortmund obviously lost last weekend 2-1 to Eintracht Frankfurt. They are fighting for sort of a top 4 spot, but they're in 7th. It's a must-win for them. They're priced 1.47. I think that is a good bet. But Dortmund -1 there, 1.74. I think that's also good. I think Dortmund will want to bounce back from that upset last weekend.
Yeah, it looks a good bet. I thought Dortmund would win last weekend, and I was very surprised to see them fall to Eintracht Frankfurt. So I sort of backed slowly away from that one when I saw that they were playing a bit of an erratic Gladbach side. I do think they'll win it, but I just think the odds are a bit too low for me to really go in on Dortmund there. I sort of I was looking at some other games really to get a bit more value. I didn't fancy that one at all.
All right, so pass. I like it. Gladbach 0 wins on the road. They've only scored 2 goals on the road. Another one I was looking at was Dortmund win to 0. You can get that for 2.9, but not sure. So I'm playing Dortmund -1.
Yeah, they are pretty hopeless this season, Gladbach. And they were so good last time around. They finished 4th. But I think they've missed Granit Xhaka badly in midfield. And yeah, they do look a bit toothless at the moment. So yeah, I would fancy Dortmund to win. And that Dortmund to 0 looks a good way of getting a bit more value out of it.
Yeah, all right. So that's a pass for you, though. So what match are you looking at?
I'm looking at Augsburg v Eintracht Frankfurt. Eintracht surprised me by beating Dortmund, but I shouldn't have been too surprised, really, because they're in fantastic form. They're up to 4th in the table, level with Hertha Berlin, and they're not far off the top now. Augsburg are a pretty average sort of mid-table side. Eintracht draw no bet is 2.03. I think that looks a very good bet.
Not bad at all. Okay, and what's are you looking? One of the matches I'm looking at is Mainz versus Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich get that odds for about 1.3. Any bets from that match?
Yeah, I was thinking, to get a bit more value, I was thinking Bayern half-time, full-time at 1.91. I think they'll be really desperate to sort of, put out a bit of a statement of intent, what with the form of RB Leipzig. I think they'll start strongly. I mean, Ancelotti's really in trouble. I mean, they've been linked with replacing him with Jurgen Klopp of Liverpool. I mean, he's really got to look over his shoulder. His job's in jeopardy, so he's going to really want to rally his players and get them fighting for him. I think they could come flying out of the blocks and be leading at half-time and at full-time, and I think 1.91 is much more attractive for me than just the 1.3 on the win.
Yeah, totally agree. What any other matches there, Bundesliga weekend?
Final one, Hertha Berlin away at Wolfsburg. Completely opposite ends of the table. Wolfsburg fourth bottom, Hertha Berlin third in great form. Hertha Berlin draw double chance 1.8.
All right, there you go. That was Martin Green. Head on over oddsmarket.com. He has written an article for us with detailing his top tips there headed into the Bundesliga weekend. There's probably more value bets there, so do check that out. Martin, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.